Okay, we're going first with the 68K. I meant to mention this earlier, running under an emulator, OS9 Level 2, is an interesting and useful tool, but you would not want to run anything that you'd use on a regular basis 27 times slower than you do on a Color Computer 3. It's a good tool, and Bob Sandy's done a good job with it, but I don't want you to be misinformed that if the emulators run on any of these 68K machines, that it's going to replace Level 2 on a Color Computer. When you take away the hardware, why, as far as, other than the hardware, why buy one of these computers? Because these are hardware. Talking about the TC9, it is a color computer. It has better hardware, it's better implemented, but it is a color computer. It runs all your existing software just like you do now. It's in a neater package. You can have nicer looking hardware. With the Tiger, we get into something that I have to take it in. I'm going to take it whether you like it or not, because I have to, there's something that's happened to me on the way out here. I drove out here, which is a 12-hour drive, and it's the first 12 hours that I've had peaceful in the last month or so. And I really enjoyed it. And most of the time out there, I was thinking about the TC9 and the Tiger, and I was kind of surprised by that. I've been fooling around with 68K for 7 years. And here I have, a throwback, if you will, a 6809 machine. But I said, why am I thinking about this? And what I finally came to the conclusion after several hours was that the reason I am so eager for the TC9 with the Tiger is because it's fun. This is going to be a great, fun machine. I can play around with 6809 stuff, and I can use the 68,000 with it, and I can dill around and have fun. I haven't had fun with a computer in years. I've used them, and we use them in business and stuff. I'm not saying these computers aren't fun, but the reason that I got into the color computer way back when was because it was fun. And I look at this and I think, hey, this is a great thing. This is going to be fun. This is something that we've done and I've been so close to for so many months that I've forgotten what the original reason why we did it, and that was to have fun, to enjoy it. I mean, you guys are not buying color computers because you run business with it. I mean, if you were doing that, you'd be buying PCs and Macs and stuff. So I look at the TC9 as a fun machine. We tried to make it as compatible with everything that's out there, all your hardware, all your software, whether it's RS-DOS, whether it's OS9 Level 2, whether it's OSK. But with this neat hardware, and I'm sorry to talk about the hardware, it's going to do things that we've all wanted to do with a color computer. As I mentioned earlier, it would be nice to put a 68,000 in a CoCo. There were people talking about that years ago. We've done it. Here it is. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And that excites me more than anything else. And I'm going to have a lot of fun with it in the coming years. I hope that it'll be a long time. Now, on the OSK side, as far as existing software, if I get off on a serious note, as I said earlier, we've developed and worked with a lot of developers over the years to develop software for OSK. It's difficult. The market is small. When you talk to a developer and you say, I'd like you to bring Foxbase over to, I'll give you a circuit, about 5 years ago. They had Foxbase for Unix, and it's a lot easier, by the way. Paul says port Unix software to OS9 is supporting the DOS software. At least it's got a head start. And Foxbase had done a Unix version of their Foxbase, and I talked to them, and they wanted, I forget the exact amount, it's either $15,000 or $25,000 to do the port, and then they wanted $300 per copy royalty. I said, well, geez, how in the world am I ever going to make any money if all of that's been 5 years now? So what these people want, and any developer in his right mind wants, if you're going to develop software for a platform, you want what is known in the trade as an installed user base. You want a certain number of people out there that if you have a product that's going to sell to 5% of the people, you want to make sure that 5% of the installed user base is going to be enough to give you enough money to pay for the development of the software. So we have a catch-22 situation. With OS9 68K, we don't have a large installed user base. So we can't attract these developers to come in with prices that are reasonable. And we don't have the software, as you said, nobody will buy the machine. Catch-22. Into the concept of the TC9. This is a computer that's inexpensive, that runs color computer software. Everyone in this room could use this machine. When you put a Tiger in, again, it's expensive, it's $129. Now you're still running all your existing software. You're running with a 68,000, you're having fun, but you're just one small step away from being an OSK user. And it gives us a pseudo large installed user base. And we can take and go to a developer and say, look, we've got 10,000 of these guys. 10,000 of these people that are running this machine, and if we had your software, why they would buy OSK and they would buy your software. It's a way of getting an installed user base for OS9 68K that will help everybody. And without that installed base, you're not going to see a lot of software except from the entrepreneurs, the people that are willing to gamble and write software, or the companies that are willing to spend money, as we've done in the past, and Paul is doing now, and Ed is doing now, bringing out software for OS9 68K. It's a fantastic operating system, but there are roadblocks that are difficult to overcome. I think I've covered everything I wanted to say there. And if that answers your question, I hope so.
So far, so good. So far.
All right. What do we have now that's different on the computer than in terms of software, right? Is the hardware and software are part of the same?
Essentially, we give it to you that the machines are much faster.
Right. Beyond speed, then.
What are we going to get?
Okay.
In other words, why should we change?
Okay.
To go to the new machine.
Okay. Well, the short answer to the question I'll give you in a second, which I can be a long answer. The long answer is more complicated. I'll make it short. If you want everything right now, you're not going to get it right now. You have to give some time for things to happen. We've had a couple dozen machines, either the prototype version, which was out a long time ago, or one of the two other iterations out for over a year, and we've made some progress, but it will take time. So if you want everything right now, you're going to be disappointed. I would say wait, and just keep it on. Okay? Now, what do we have now? Speed, obviously, and when you upgrade to the 3 megabytes, our speed goes up, which is good. You can find the booth and see how fast enough. Expandability, you can get 5 serial ports on our system, and some other kinds of expandability in terms of MIDI and SCSI and so on, and I'll talk to you about that booth yet tomorrow. Memory expandability is important. We have some NA capability which the Color Computer doesn't have, which I think is important. Ability to support 1.4 megawatts. Yeah, the development software, although if a person's a serious OS9 level 2 user, they probably already have BASIC, they probably already have C, so that kind of stuff that we have. You don't get Oddjob, which is, you have to come out and talk to us about that. It's like I said before, it's a batch processing language that's very, very powerful. That kind of system is not available on any other consumer OSK platform. It's certainly not on the Color Computer. That's also unique that we have now. We support, now, I ask you guys a question. Are there people using 3-button mice on the Color Computer? Because I'm under the impression that there, unless you have Bruce Eyes, that little thing that works out the multipack, am I right, Bruce? This is...
Well, out of a serial port, it can be built in, but it is.
Okay, all right, then I'll make a 3-button mouse thing, because there is a solution over there for that. 8-bit joystick, we've got Autodesk Animator Flick support. If you guys have anything about UC software, you know that Autodesk Animator is a major program, a lot of fun. You can create animations with it, and on our system, you can run them with our Flick utility. So you can download these animations from CompuServe and just type Flick, and then filing.fli and get these animations. So that's something you can't have on the Color Computer right now, and we have it right now. 16.7 million color palette, and people say, why 16.7 million colors? I'm happy with 64. Most people don't say that, but some people do. And the reason is it just comes down to natural image graphics. The more colors you have available, better chance you have of making the graphics look more natural. There's some other advantages to the palette control that we've got. It helps to support a special mode on the video chip that lets you decode, run less encoded graphics on the fly without involving the CPU at all. It also allows you to do the animations a lot easier. So the palette control is also important, and that's available now. It's easier to use with terminals. That's not a unique differentiation between our system and the CoCo. It's just that using terminals with the Color Computer is not as fun and as easy to do and as speedy and doesn't support as many users as you get on our system. So that's a little difference. I2C interface for our system. The I2C interface is a 3-pin, high-speed serial data and control network from Philips. And it does a lot of cool things. The two things that we are working on now, Bert Schneider, you guys might know on Delphi, and OS9 Bert. It will be working on high-speed serial drivers for networking. Also, come by the booth, there's a couple of big books from Philips